Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion. Your host, the Hut, and welcome back to the Baseball Hut. I hope you like this video and hit that subscribe button. So we're going to talk about, as you know, the New York Mets, but, we're 20 days away now from pitchers and catchers. I've been watching video of some of the guys going down to spring training, a lot of the younger guys that are in the minor leagues, like Paul Gervasi. I saw a video of him. I saw videos of Christian Scott and Mike Vassell. Mike Vassell will be a very interesting case because we'll see him at some point early in the season, I would think, no later than June, July. He's the first guy probably up that's a prospect that'll be here with the Mets. But Mets still have some work to do, obviously. The word is they're not going to bring in a designated hitter. And they're going to go with Mark Vientos going into the season, which I don't necessarily have a problem with. I like to see him hit and like to see him play. He can't be any worse than Daniel Vogelbach was last year. But I would expect that the numbers for Pete Alonso will be much better. I would hope that Jeff McNeil will bounce back. I think he will bounce back. He had sort of a down year last year. He started picking up the last month or so before the season ended. But I would expect him to improve. Like a healthy Starlin Marte will certainly improve this offense immeasurably. When he's been hurt the last year or so, that offense has not been on working on full cylinders. But let's talk about the Mets bullpen. According to little Andy Martino of SNY, the Mets still want to spend some money on the bullpen. They're looking to spend another $10 million of their payroll that they have to spend. And they're looking to improve the bullpen. They're very interested in, I guess, in right-handed reliever Ryan Stanek. Pitched for the Astros the last few years. He's pitched rather well. They've also been talking about Hector Neris. Obviously, he's from the Astros. He pitched with the Phillies. If you know him, if you're a Mets fan, you know him. He's had some interesting results over the years. He's had a couple of down years, but really for the most part, he's pitched really well. And he pitched really well last year for Houston. These are the kind of guys that we'll be looking at. Now, people have written to me, well, what about David Robertson? I think without the former general manager, Billy Epler, being here, I don't see Robertson being here going into the season. I just don't see that. Even though I think he would come back, I don't think the Mets will do that now without Epler in the front office. So I would say this. The one thing that was a concern for me when it came to signing Shohei Ohtani and Yoshinobu Yamamoto was that the Mets did not have Billy Epler in the front office anymore. Those were two players that I thought that they were at a disadvantage of unless they had Billy in the front office. And obviously Billy's not here. He was fired, let go, resigned, or whatever. But we do have a guy that knows how to build a bullpen and build a pitching staff, and David Stearns. Now, David Stearns, as you know, has been the general manager there in Milwaukee for a long time, and he's built very good bullpens. The two closers that he's had primarily there are two of the best closers in the game, and Josh Hader and Devin Williams, and he's had very good pitching staffs there the last few years. So I have complete total trust in him in terms of building a pitching staff than I did really in Billy Epler. Epler's record with the Angels was not very good in terms of building a team around your pitcher. And that's the one thing that we do know about David Stearns, that he did a good job, excellent job of building a very good pitching staff. Now, he's brought in a bunch of relievers on a lot of one-year deals and really a lot of veteran players on one-year deals. Nothing that's going to break the bank. But they brought in for the bullpen Michael Tonkin, Jorge Lopez. Lopez pitched for the Orioles and for the Twins last year or so, and pitched for Miami as well. Austin Adams. We also know he brought in the starter, Sean Manaea. He'll be on a 2-year deal, but he's an opt-out in 1 year. They brought in Luis Severino. We'll see what he has going. Basically because of the fact that, he has not pitched on a regular basis since 2017, 2018. So he's not really pitched a full season. Obviously, they've done a lot of little deals, a lot of little signings. Harrison Bader will be the regular center fielder here. He improves their defense immeasurably. Joey Wendell is going to be a backup on this team, a guy that's going to be in complete total shape, unlike the complete total out of shape Luis Guillorme that was here. And then, of course, they made a trade for Johan Ramirez and a couple other guys they brought in on minor league deals as well. But I have complete total trust in this particular general manager because bullpens are not very good at putting together for any team. And we know that this team over the last few years, and we know that Sandy Alderson had a difficult time building a bullpen. But we do know that this particular general manager has a history of putting a good bullpen together. And obviously with Edwin Diaz coming back, that is an enormous return. It's an enormous acquisition for the Mets, is to get the former closer of this team back on the mound and pitching well. I mean, that's a big deal. I will say this about Edwin. That's a guy that showed his character. He was taking hit after hit after hit, and then he became the best, and again, reliever in the game in 2022. So having him come back and returning and pitching well is an enormous acquisition for the Mets going into this season. Got to keep him healthy, obviously. He's going to be ready to go once we get into spring training. Hopefully his arm is in good shape. I would expect it would be. And that is an enormous thing because then you cut the game down. That means that the other team has to start scoring runs the 7th inning and the 8th inning. Because if they don't, they got Diaz at the end of the game. That's an enormous advantage the Mets will have late in the game. And that's why I think the Mets' record should be better. I'm going to go through the Mets' schedule. I really haven't gone through it yet at all, just to have an idea of where they're going to be as we get close to spring training. I know it's early still, it's January, but I want to see where the Mets could be when we get to June. So let me know what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut, and I'll see you later.